Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? How you doing? It's Friday feature. Hopefully in the future.
Future.
Yeah, you know what it is, man. You know what it is. That alliteration.
Let's go.
My English teacher is proud of me. You know it, man. You know it.
Future.
Yeah. I got my old roommate here, Usiphile. He is a physiotherapist, just like I aspire to be one day. I got chucked out of the system on the 99th hour there.
Oh man.
See there, I can't even count it. Like, there's no 99th hour, man. Like, even my maths is not hitting, man. The only teacher that I am making proud today is my English teacher, my maths teacher, my physiotherapy lecturers, all of them. They're just like, man, I don't know this guy.
Michael?
Exactly.
Can't remember, yeah.
Exactly, bro. Exactly, yeah. So he used to train karate with me at UCT, and we lived together for a year during his fourth year, and I was aspiring to go to the Olympics. How you been, dog?
I'm good, man. I've been good. How are you?
Yeah, man, I'm alright. I've been coping with this COVID thing, with the lockdown, with whatever. I think South Africa's been hit pretty hard, to be honest, financially.
Yes,
and the way that we've had to change our life. Because if I look at places like the States and stuff, like, they have a very high infection rate, and I don't know how their fatality rate is and stuff, but like, it doesn't look like their life has changed a whole lot.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I think like South Africa is bound to be like that. In the sense that like we're still like a developing country. And I've also like been looking at, like, obviously I don't know the life that side, so I've been looking like celebrities and stuff. And like nothing seems to be changing. I mean, they do wear their masks here and there, but they're still having their parties, they're still having their gatherings and stuff. I think the entertainment has been limited though. Like they can't have the usual like big music video shoots and stuff like that.
Hardcore.
But like South Africa financially, definitely, bro. Like, people are losing jobs in numbers, like thousands and thousands of numbers. So it's quite hectic. It's quite hectic. I'm just grateful that I still can hold on to my job for the time being. You know?
I hear what you're saying, man.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying. Yeah, man. And like, so what have you been doing? You working? Where are you working now?
I'm at Alex Clinic.
Okay.
So it's like a CHC. So I'm just doing my comp service this year.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of community work, but obviously during COVID as well. I think I can actually say that I feel it a lot, because there's a lot we're supposed to be doing, like campaigns, home visits, groups and stuff, and then also some OPD, you know.
Yeah.
But like a lot of that is limited. Like we can't practice, like we can't do home visits because we don't know what's happening in people's houses. And it's like a location, it's like an informal setting. And the people in Alex, to be quite honest, don't take this thing seriously, bro.
Obviously, bro.
Like in Alex, everyone is walking around with their mask on their necks. So it's like,
yeah, we were just talking about that as we came in. I was like, dog, you're not supposed to be wearing that shit on your neck, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
So
yeah,
it's
man.
hectic. It's quite hectic.
It is quite hectic, but the thing is, like, the mentality of the people who are living in Alex and other poor people is like, I wanna take care of the shit that's affecting me today. I can't afford to think like 24 hours in advance. You know, I'm not playing 3D chess here. I'm playing checkers, bro.
True.
Like, it's one move at a time.
It's so true. And just like to add on to that, man, like, here's an example. Like, it's a very simple example. Like there was a time where the government kind of like had that whole limitation in terms of like taxes, capacity, how many people can go in, and it was like 70%, you know?
Okay.
And it was like, okay, cool.
Not that ever anybody listened to the 100% rule in the first place, but whatever.
Exactly. And now it's back to 100, but they're still saying social distance. It's a taxi, bro. In a taxi, the person sits directly next to you. So like you can hear like how some of these restrictions come from a point of privilege, and they don't consider like the reality of South African, like majority live like in poverty, you know. So people can't be stressing about corona. They can't see. They need to get a job. They need to get food. Yeah, man. So it's like you want to judge, but then you're like, you understand.
You can't judge, because the thing is, like, it's their reality, man.
True.
That's what it is. I was actually speaking to a guy, one of the guys who's training with me at the moment on VPD, right? He's an investment banker, so he's like super into stats and stuff. And he was saying like the normal fatality of the common cold every year is 0.1% or something like that.
It's of the common cold for now, it's still higher than COVID. So I think it's like 2.
That's what I thought, man. That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
Yeah, I think it's like 2% for the common cold. And then COVID is still like at 1 point something. If I'm not
So the thing for
mistaken.
me is like nobody's scared of getting the common cold.
Mm.
So like, you just got to do your thing, man.
Yeah.
Like, as long as the fatality rate stays low, then it is what it is. I've known a couple of my homies in Hong Kong, a couple of my people in Iran and whatever who's had this thing, and they recovered fine. Like, obviously it's isolated cases,
Yeah.
but like the stats also show that like the chances of you not getting better is very low, man.
Yeah, yeah. But I think like especially like in our health system, and like I don't know the health system in Hong Kong, but I think for us the biggest concern is that so like firstly the virus is poorly understood. Like every day is like, oh,
I think everywhere it's poorly
yeah,
understood.
like it's just like oh, today it's you only have to touch a surface, whatever. Oh, tomorrow it's airborne.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and I mean, I understand, because we kind of have to wait for the virus to act before like
Totally.
we know the effects. At first it was just like lungs, but then there was research about like the heart effects and stuff like that. And like all people do get it, and they have less chances. People with comorbidities. But I think that's like the biggest thing about SA is that we have a lot of comorbidities. We have HIV.
Yeah.
We have TB. We have we have hypertension, cancer is also a thing, and we have a poor health system. Like, I was talking to my friends in EC, and they're saying the hospitals are packed.
Hectic.
So even if you do get it, like I'm like in my 20s, I do get it, and I just happen to need like oxygen. I can't get oxygen,
Yeah.
and that might actually make things worse.
So is that usually what needs to happen for people who get it? Is they need oxygen? They can't just self-isolate in their house and they're cool.
So you get it. You can like if you have like mild symptoms, you can self-isolate and like take your vitamin C's and stuff. Like treat it like you would a common cold. But the problem is if the symptoms get worse, then you need the hospital, because then if it goes down to your lungs, pneumonia happens. Your lungs collapse or they fail. Then you need like ventilation and stuff. So I think that's where it becomes worse. Like when you actually need a hospital, like the chances of you making it back now, it's just like, But if it's just like, but like majority of people like get like mild symptoms. But also there's grannies, So I can be fine, but I go back home and I'm chilling with my grannies.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Man. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Man.
so that's the biggest thing.
And testing, how openly is testing happening? Because I know here in Joburg, like they're saying like, unless you're showing symptoms, we're not going to test you, kind of thing.
Yeah. So protocols have been changing as well. Initially the protocol was that if you like, they were testing everyone. Like if you come in, you're like, I'm coughing or whatever, they were testing you. But I think because of the limitations, back to that, like to the testing kits. So with staff, we were testing every 14 days. Because I mean, we are exposed to patients.
Sure.
So we're testing every 14 days. But then they stopped that. They said, okay, fine. So for you to actually get tested, you need to have been exposed to it. Someone who tested positive, and you should have been with them for more than 15 minutes without a mask. Then they test you. And if you're showing symptoms. So the first few days you isolate, and then you monitor yourself. If you still have no symptoms after 8 days, you go back. But if you have symptoms, then you have to wait until change now to day 10. It was 14 days, now it's 10 days.
Hectic.
And then you go back to work.
Yeah, that's that understanding thing about the virus again, man.
100%. And I think now, man, the reason for that for staff, though, they've brought it down to like 10 days is because there's a shortage. Like a lot. Yeah. It's mad. It's mad.
That's such bad reasoning. It's like, we need you guys back here. So,
Exactly.
you know what? You might not have it, but like, we're gonna take the chance. You know what I'm saying, man?
That's actually wow, man. Like, we need you back. Like, are you feeling better? Yeah, it's getting better. Okay, come back. Because also back to that immunity, because they believed that there was immunity.
Yeah.
But like now research is showing that there's actually no
like
immunity.
that Last of Us shit.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. But we honestly now we just adapt, like whatever direction it pushes us to. Like COVID is in control.
Yeah, it's true, man.
Yeah,
It's so true, man. Like, and what do you make of the alcohol ban, dog?
It's necessary.
You think so?
Yeah, English, bro. Statistically speaking,
Yes, yeah.
it's necessary because number of it's just numbers, like number of trauma cases that have happened since it was lifted.
Obviously,
Like,
man. I remember from the
went
days
up.
when I was working in ICU in
Exactly.
Grooteskier, bro. Like
You scared-
every Monday, bro.
every Monday is
because they get hold of the bottle on the weekend. Every
Yeah,
Monday you got a new
yeah,
case. You
yeah.
got a ASCII.
Yeah, stab wounds, car accidents, MVAs. So like, it's a big thing. And like now we need the beds. We don't have beds. We don't
Yeah.
have ventilators. And if you can have a stab wound, you probably need it to be monitored.
So then, what do you think about the argument or the narrative that because now you're saying that like basically, I suppose it's indirectly related to COVID, right? The alcohol ban.
Yeah.
But actually, it's something that's not related. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to keep the number of people down in the hospitals.
Yes.
That's basically what you're trying to do. But what about the narrative of like you're just just banned alcohol altogether, even after the COVID period, even after this is a thing.
Oh.
Because it's indirectly related, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we shouldn't be filling up our hospitals anyway.
Yeah, hey, that's a good question. That's actually a good question. But like the thing is like now I think a lot of people actually thought like alcohol was like affecting people. So yeah, I was just saying like in terms of health, it's definitely in the favor of health, But I was just saying like the alcohol industry is quite massive. Like it's quite massive. There's a lot of people working in it, millions going into it. So like there would definitely be like backlash from the owners, obviously, like because there was already difficulties during lockdown. Like, why are you banning the alcohol? So I think indefinitely would mean like it's gone, But I know there's the countries like Saudi. I think Saudi Arabia, alcohol is not allowed, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think most Muslim or Islamic states, they don't allow shit. But the thing is, like in those states, things are very interesting, bro. The laws are very interesting. Like for instance, in Saudi, I believe I had a coach from Egypt, and he was working in Saudi Arabia for a while, and he said there's two sects to the police basically. So like you have the normal police, and then you have like the CIA, but it's called the religious police.
Oh, okay.
So like at prayer time, the azan goes, so like the call to prayer, and then they chase you. They're like, you have to go to mosque. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So like if you like in the middle, it's like, no, bro, let me give me 5 minutes, bro. Let me finish. It's like, no, you're going now.
You have to go now. Yeah. I don't know, man. I just feel like there'll be a lot of backlash from the owners, the stakeholders. But it would be like a good idea for health definitely, for health reasons. The kidneys would be chilled, livers would be okay.
Yeah, man.
But yeah.
Yeah, there's an overall benefit to it, definitely. But I suppose when you ban stuff, like it increases the black market.
Yeah. And I think that's also like, that was like a big problem during like with the cigarettes.
Yes, man.
It's actually a big problem with the cigarettes because cigarettes are still being sold to this day.
Yeah, man.
But now it's just a matter of like how legitimate are they?
I wonder how many people are still smoking, because like I know like here in Joburg, the people that I knew that were my age, they didn't smoke at all. And then like I went to Cape Town. Dog.
Everyone smokes. In Cape Town, yeah. A lot of people smoke in Cape Town.
Yeah, they're like social smokers.
Yeah, a lot of people smoke. But like, the thing with smoking is like I think you start being a social smoker.
Yeah.
And then the nicotine gets you.
Yeah, bro.
And then you can't stop anymore.
That's what it is.
So you start becoming more social than you usually would.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that I know that smoke started with like, I only smoke when I'm drinking. And they started drinking more often because they need to smoke. And then it's just like, what? Let me just smoke, But I think like it would take some time to also just to allow people to get used to the fact that there's no alcohol. I mean, now alcohol is being sold, but at ridiculous prices,
Yeah.
So I think definitely the black market, a lot will be going on there. So
yeah, man, I saw some videos of one of my boys that lives in Delft, actually, and like they brought in the military and stuff, and like there was like gangs of people who broke into a liquor shop, man.
Yeah.
And man, that shows me that like that's a disease, bro.
It is.
That's addiction, bro.
Yeah. And that's also another problem is that in South Africa, like a lot of people are addicted to alcohol.
Yeah.
A lot of people are addicted to like cigarettes and stuff. So it would take some time for people to get, like, I don't know, bro. Like I think it would take years and years if it even gets to that,
Yeah.
Like it can't just be like abrupt, and it's like a mob thing. Like it's a group of people that can relate to each other. You know, people have to go to AA, Michael. Like, you know,
bro.
So if it was easy, I think it was just like, let's just stop this thing. But if people need to go to AA, you know, they clean for like 20 years and then they relapse after 20 years, and then it's like a downslope from there. So I don't know, man. Overall benefits, definitely, because you actually don't need alcohol.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's true, man.
Yeah.
You don't need alcohol. You don't
Yeah.
need any of these things, man. Like,
Yeah.
but I mean, have they banned weed? Because weed was legal.
It was legalized for inside use.
Yeah, it was legalized for inside use, but then like I didn't hear anything about it with regards to COVID, right?
No, they didn't say.
So
anything,
what?
actually.
So what are they trying to say? Like, are they trying to say that they should have taken the ban off years ago because this thing doesn't actually affect people, but it's got to affect your lungs, right?
No, but actually with weed, I think the reason why it wasn't, they can't ban it, like, you know, because they never legalized the sale of weed, so you can't sell it, but you can consume it. So meaning you have to grow it, you know. But then also that growing is also illegal. So it's quite interesting actually when they legalize it. So
I'm surprised the pharmaceutical companies haven't jumped on that shit.
I think they're gonna get into it.
They're gonna have to.
I mean, they have for like they're selling. There's like cannabis tea that I heard about. There's cannabis oils and stuff.
Yeah.
So for medicinal use.
But I'm talking about like the actual reefer, bro. Like.
Yeah. I think they'll be able to, because they can't regulate it.
Yeah, they can't.
Yeah, so that might be an issue. That would be interesting.
Yeah, man. Exactly. I mean, like, yeah, it's just for me, like the interesting thing from the government's perspective is how inconsistent the rhetoric has been.
Yeah.
You know, it's like what were you trying to say? Were you wrong about weed the whole time, or like were you wrong about alcohol the whole time? What's going on here, man?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think I was talking to someone like earlier this week, and I was like, I feel like COVID is like a major reset. Like, I think it's a reset like a lot of people need it. I mean, as much as like it has like bad effects, you know, like the poor and stuff and jobs being lost, but like it's socially, life won't be the same after this. Like life won't be the same. The way we interact with people, the habits, things we used to do, things we used to deem as important, won't be as like, for example, people that drink socially be like, actually I don't need this thing, you know. People that are being forced to, you know, stay out of alcohol. Or maybe I need to, you know, the laws that are put in place. Some of them will be like, okay, maybe we need to revisit this. You know, is it really necessary? So yeah, I don't know, man. But like, there's countries that legalize weed completely, like Amsterdam.
Exactly.
So I don't know, man. Maybe we'll get there, but I don't think South Africa is going to get there.
That would actually be interesting to see, like what Amsterdam's been doing about their weed.
Yeah.
During this COVID thing, man.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, man. So you're also making your own music at the moment, right, bro?
Yeah. I started a long time ago though, but like I took I say a forced break.
Yeah, academic.
During varsity, and I didn't have access to like the equipment, like proper equipment, you know. Because the journey has been interesting. It's been going up, going down, you know, from when it started. But I think like the biggest lesson from like the whole thing was, like, if you get something and you like achieve it quickly, you won't appreciate it, and it can get taken away from you very fast. So now I've moved to Joburg this year, started making music again. Got my equipment I think 2 months ago.
Okay, dope.
Yeah, I've linked up with a couple of producers, so it's interesting.
So is anything going to be releasing soon? Do you have a pseudonym, bro, or are you just using that Usiphile?
Nah, I do. I do, bro. I've actually been bouncing from wall to wall like about that, eh?
Yeah.
But I think now I'm sitting on exclusive. I think
how long is a piece of string?
Yeah. I'm sitting on ILE now, like ILE, which is from my name, Usiphile. ILE.
Yeah.
So I.L.E.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be releasing something probably it's July now, sometime in August.
Okay.
Yeah, there's something I'm working on.
Sure, man.
I've been trying, but like also it's hard because the ways that music was promoted before COVID was different. It was easier because you could like give a song to a DJ, see how the crowd is reacting, go out in clubs and stuff like that. But like now it's like I have to try it out with my audience, you know. And I've been doing like posting some snippets. So yeah, something's coming out definitely.
On Insta or what?
Insta, WhatsApp. I'm not on Twitter yet, but I need to get on Twitter.
Okay.
And Facebook.
Is that where the fire is for somebody who's trying to release music and stuff?
Not necessarily, but the bigger the audience, the wider it is.
Yeah, the more platforms you can hit, the better.
Exactly. And I do have quite a few friends on and all of them serve like a different purpose. Like on Twitter, you can post a snippet, and if like a tweleb or whatever retweets, or like they're bumping your stuff, a lot of people are most likely going to retweet, because like they can just retweet or like. But on Instagram, people can only like, like they don't direct. Like if I post something on Instagram, like you can't retweet my video.
Yeah,
or my
I hear
song.
what you're saying.
You can just like it. So you're not taking my name and bringing it to your crowd. But on
I suppose you can put it on your status.
Yeah, but like even with that, I've actually realized like, because like I'll go on Instagram, I follow quite a lot of people. So like I'll go on Instagram, but I always see like the same people posting.
Yeah.
And I think there's like an algorithm. Like if you're posting often, you're probably gonna be like, even if you post one post.
I think so, man.
Yeah. So like the common posters, and I'm not like a very
regular
person. So
yeah, man. Like I think a lot of the people who have like really successful social media presences, either they're like very conscious about how people see them, or they have somebody who's managing that stuff, and it's like their job to be a mass communicator.
I was actually looking into that.
Somebody to manage your stuff. Yeah. I've been looking at the same thing for like for my VPD account, man. But that it's growing, but it's like it's nowhere near where it should be. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many followers do you have on Insta now, for instance?
Now I have 992.
Yeah. I'm also sitting on like the same sort of numbers. I'm like 994 right now.
But you know what's interesting though? Like before, because like I'm usually a person who posts twice a year, like 3 times a year, max, whatever. And I didn't post it since last year, December. And then I posted something 2 weeks ago. And like the day that I posted, since literally for the 3 days after, I got like followers, like people are following me. I was like, so I just need to be active on this thing, But it's not in me, man. Like I don't have it in me. But I feel like if you want to take whatever brand you're pushing to the next level, like someone needs to come and intervene. And a manager doesn't care about, this is not Michael. This is not Usi. This is VPD. I'm here to do my job. When I post and people don't receive, I don't care. No feelings attached. It's my job to post. For me, if I post a video and people don't react, I'm just like, let me take it out. I don't want to be in people's faces. So
I don't know, man. Like for me, like I think I've reached the place of confidence where it's like, you know what? I don't need to show you what I'm doing, bro. Like I'm doing my thing. I'm grinding, okay? And I know I'm grinding harder than all of the people that I know in the spheres that I'm wanting to grind. You know what I'm saying? And I don't need to show it. Like that's how confident I am in it.
But like even with that, there's like I think pathways that you can actually, where you can be like that. You're like, I don't need to show you. But there's brands that can't survive.
Dude, I think actually everything is turning that way.
Is it?
Everything is turning that way. I don't think there is a thing on the market today that can survive without being socially exposed. To be honest, like as a sportsman, right? Like as a person who competes, I should be able to step onto the mat. I should be able to step onto the playing field and like just show my stuff. But no, bro. You need to build hype first. It's the same as in MMA, bro.
A lot, actually, yeah.
Exactly. Even if you're a scientist, bro, you need to have like what was that guy from UCT? He was studying dietetics and he came up with that diet that was like no carb, and you convert your energy source from carbohydrates to lipids. I don't remember the guy's name, man, but he was like super famous.
I think actually, I think you are right, because in actually all the spheres, man, like whether you're working in health or whatever, like even the doctors, for example, if you're a doctor, a physio, and you want to open a private practice, you need
you need clout, you need gravitas.
So if I can be like that Instagram physio guy,
exactly,
best believe a lot of people, I'm like, when I want physio, I know who to go to. They've never seen my services. They don't know how good I am. They don't know my qualifications.
Everything's becoming a popularity contest in social media, bro.
And it's quite crazy because like things like health, it shouldn't be about that.
That's why like when Kanye announced that he's running for president in when now? In 2024 or what? Or 2022? I don't know I don't know how the terms run.
It was 2020. It was supposed to be this year, but
it was supposed to be this year.
Yeah, but I think it's changed to 2024 again.
Yeah,
But
man.
it's
I
supposed to
think
be
I
this
think
year.
because he supported Trump, and Trump is running his last term now.
Yeah, but apparently he changed it. Apparently he said he's no longer supporting him. So
Really?
yeah, American politics are.
But the thing is, man, like, it
Yeah.
doesn't surprise me. Like, he's as eligible as anybody else, because the thing is, it's a popularity contest, bro. And
True.
Kanye is as popular as anybody else, bro.
It's very popular. It's like
Exactly.
Drake saying, "I want to run for president."
Exactly, like Drake or Jay-Z or
Mm.
one of these guys. Why not, bro? Like, why
Yeah.
not? Like, it's literally just a popularity contest. Nothing has got to do with, like, meritocracy anymore.
But you know what's wild, man? Like, just gonna make comment based on like the music as well. So like, you know, everything is moving to digital. Moving to digital. I was watching this interview by this guy called St. John. He's like a trap artist.
Yeah. I know St. John.
It's whew,
Yeah, man.
yeah, it's quite good. So I was watching his interview. You know, I think it was with who's this guy? Charlemagne. With
Charlemagne the God. Yeah.
And they were just talking about, you know, how everything is moving digital and how like the young kids are like, you know, they don't need radio or whatever. And they asked him like, how does he feel about it? And it was like, yo, listen, in as much as like the internet is quite dope, like, you know, you get numbers like millions of views that you'd never got before. It's supplementing the music, your brand is out there. But the foundation is radio. You need radio. And I'll probably get I'll probably get shot, killed for saying this, but you need radio. And listen to this. And he said it like it was. I heard it and I was like, dang, bro. Think about this, Michael. I'll just make an example with Twitter.
Okay.
On Twitter, you go on Twitter, you post something. These people that post things for clout.
Sure.
You get 20,000 likes, retweets, or whatever, right? Damn, bro, you broke the internet. Sharp. How many people outside of Twitter actually know about you? Zero. How many people listen to radio?
Yeah.
In radio, you don't have to search a song. You can just hear the song. And if I get proper radio play, best believe that song will be stuck in your head. That's why record labels still put millions of rands, dollars into radio. Because understand, that's like the foundation. The listenership in radio is much bigger than the internet. Because
You think so?
Not everyone has. The
I
internet,
know
Michael.
very few people that listen to radio
In
still,
our
bro.
generation, yes.
In our generation. So that means, like, we're talking about the future. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. Future wise, definitely, I think everyone's gonna move digital. But like Michael, our generation, what's the age? Whatever.
I don't
group.
know. Well, it's
Let's-
supposed to be from like I don't know, bro.
But-
Like 94
94.
up until like my 2000s.
Yeah. But think about it. That's narrow. Like it's from let's say 20 years to 30. That's very narrow. That's like 10 years, bro.
Yeah,
There's people outside of that bracket. There's people, you know.
that's true.
So he said it so casual. And I was like, you know, like he's not saying radio is where
Yeah.
you should aspire to be,
Yeah.
but radio definitely supplements.
But for me,
careers.
like, I'm super worried. Like, what I've seen, the way that the generation after us is being affected by social media. Bro,
Yo,
it's crazy,
yeah.
man. Like, because it hit us like sort of, we were already like sort of established,
yeah.
you know, and then we were like, okay, this is something cool to dabble in, but we already knew who we were. These people are cementing their identity through social media, bro. And now you think you like the it, you know, because you're catching a lot of followers and likes.
Michael, don't say it, because man, and we always joke about this, and people are like, I'm like, yo, bro, I know life before the internet and life after the internet. Like literally, all the YouTube was invented while I was already, you know, speaking, going to school. I was already crushing on girls and stuff.
Yeah.
There was ways to do things. Instagram, all of the things are new to us. And I'm like, for us, we're quite fortunate because like we're not like our parents that don't know about the internet now. They just have to rely on like traditional ways.
Yes.
But like the group, like after us, it's crazy.
It's mad, man.
Their self-esteem is based off numbers.
That's mad, man.
And you can literally have a conversation with someone who's like 13 and try to tell them, yo, man, this is not how it's supposed to be. And they don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah, they don't understand what you're saying at
like-
all, bro. Like you look at a girl and you think like, oh man, this thing's kind of average, bro.
Yeah.
And then, like, just because she's got super social media clout and she's been decided to post regularly, like you said, you fucking break that algorithm. You know what I'm saying? And then she gets a lot of followers, she gets a lot of likes, she got a lot of eyeballs on her. Because, like, out of all the people that are on this platform, you're gonna have people looking at your shit. That's what's gonna happen, bro. Meantime, you're not anything special. You're not even like mediocre. But the thing is, now to talk to this person is a whole different ball game because of what's happening on social media.
And you say this and people don't understand that social media is not real, because the people, if social media can build your self-esteem and you have like 10,000 followers,
what if they delete the app, bro?
Exactly. What if tomorrow you wake up and there's no followers? What happens to your self-esteem? What happens to the person you are? Everything you believe. And I think now, for us, I'll speak for me personally. The reason it's so hard for me to be so out there with social media is because I've never been like that. I've never been a person who's putting what I do like in their faces and stuff. But I know I have to now in order to get the name out there. And the reason everyone is so good after us is because that's all they know. If I'm eating, I need to snap it. If I'm walking down the street, I have to snap it. If I get this, I have to, like, everything's literally, I have to put it out there because that's their lives. Literally nothing outside of that. They go to school, come back, they're snapping all the time. They're chatting. So yeah, it's dangerous. It's quite sad, to be honest, because like you only have a limited view of life, and you think
you know real things.
I was reading this book and it was saying, like, in a generation where like we're supposed to be so connected, like we're so disconnected to everything, bro.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like I agree with that, man. Like I see, like, I've trained a lot with people overseas, right? And like in person and stuff, and they're sort of like my age or older, and then like people who are younger than me, my generation, that come from Cape Town, they'll like comment on their shit and stuff as if they know them, and I'm like, I know this person, like they're my boy. And I'm like, why are you talking to this person like you know them? You don't. And the only reason why those people reply, in the rare case that they do, because usually they don't, is like they're generating that same thing, man. They're generating that same clout. They're like, anybody who comes in, it's cool, man. Like, if you show me appreciation on this platform, it's money. And
that's what people don't understand, is that there's literally like an algorithm, like there's a system that works for social media. You know, a celebrity can become cocky, but when the numbers start to plummet, they're gonna be like, okay, maybe I need to go interact with the team's gonna be like, guy, maybe you should go try social media and like have a live, comment on people's pictures, because we feel special. If Kanye had Instagram and he responds to my stuff, bro,
exactly, bro. Exactly, bro. I hear what you're saying.
So, and like, what's this? Nasty has a line in one of it, like in his album, is like, you pick it up where I let it down, and you think you know someone because they show you the parts of themselves. Like in a song, they said this, so I know his life story. You don't, bro. You have no idea.
No. You know, bro. Like when I was younger, my mother used to always have this line for me, bro. She used to always say, like, people always remember the way that you make them feel. So the thing is, at the time I was like, man, like, I don't care how people feel. This is my personality, bro. Yeah. Like, for me, like, I'm gonna seek my truth and I'm gonna do my thing, and whoever feels whatever way about it is their problem, because I can't affect your feelings. But I got to thinking, bro, there's actually, it's a super dense statement, because I came up with another conclusion. I don't know how old I was when I came to this conclusion, but I was like, facts are there because you feel insecure about the reality around you.
Okay.
And lies are there to cover up the reality around you.
Okay.
So in reality, all you have is how you feel, bro. Damn. Your facts and your lies are just a bullshit. It's an illusion. And it's all stemming from that feeling of insecurity that you have, whether it's a fact or if it's a lie. Yeah, it's like do you know a guy called Firas Sahabi? He's an MMA coach, right? He comes from Canada, comes from Montreal. He's a coach for GSP. So he's a bit of a philosopher and stuff, right? So he said that science is the faith that the future will act exactly like the past.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, like, facts are just the bullshit. Just to make us feel more secure. It's like, I know what's going to happen there. It's like,
Actually,
yeah, you
no.
do, but if you change a couple of parameters that
You
you haven't been
don't.
looking at, it's not going to happen the same way, bro.
True. And like just like I don't know if this is like appropriate, but like just to bring it back to like this whole COVID thing, there's research coming out every day, every week, and the research is deemed to be facts.
Yeah.
You know, until it's proved not to be a fact anymore. You know, so and I think, man, like I think that approach to life is quite important because if you lean onto something, you know, and that's the only thing you're leaning on, and you're limiting like your view of life, like this is a fact. I'm supposed to walk like this, and this is the only way that I can only walk.
Yeah.
You're limiting yourself because you'll never be able to experience life for what it is, you know. And like there's been so many people and so many books saying the same thing. Like people that are on their deathbeds don't stress about, they don't think about the things they did. They always think about shit. They regrets. I should have done this. I should have done that. I should have explored more.
Yeah, man. Know? It's like religious gatherings that they had 50, bro. It's like, and then like I saw videos of people like they went to church and stuff, and they're like, no, like I believe in God, and because I'm gathering for God, I'm not going to catch the virus and stuff. An educated person is going to say this person's a dumbass, right? But the thing is, like, the likelihood is only a little bit less. You know, like to say that maybe they're right, bro. The likelihood is actually only a little bit less because there's no definites in this life. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it's less because I can't believe it's the same.
Yeah.
But it's not like this one is absolute and this one is not absolute.
Yeah. And like I've been listening to stories, man, from like people around me just interacting, and they like not to say like people should just like behave recklessly, but like just to say like the families that are like so cautious, like with COVID, they like sanitizing, they have like all these things in their
those
houses.
Are the ones who are gonna catch it.
That's what, you know. And the thing is, even that, like, it's not absolute, but it's just like, can you see how you're so careful and you're doing everything right, yet,
bro, the thing is, like, if you manifest something in your mind, bro, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. That's what happens in reality as well. People think about something every day. I'm gonna become a CEO, I'm gonna whatever. So if you're thinking about COVID all the time, you're gonna catch it. That's what is gonna happen. And that's why I say, like, imagine, bro, like science could be altered by like a person's intentions. Like 70% of the time Messi steps onto the pitch, he scores, for instance. Like, let's just throw out a random stat. And then you say, okay, like, how many of those 70% of the times that he stepped on the pitch, what was his intention?
Yeah.
Was his 30% of the time not to score?
Not to score, yeah.
Was he pushing for a draw?
Yeah.
We don't know. Maybe you can alter the science with intention, bro.
Yeah.
Which is not easy to define.
Dang. you know, Michael, man, like, I think my approach to life, like, honestly, like, to my approach to life, like, I try not to be, like, when I walk into any room, into any space, you know, I try not to have, like, firstly, limited thinking, but, like, secondly, I'm not a person who takes everything that like, if you feed me this thing, I'll, like, take it as it is, you know, like, I'm a person who breaks it down, and the most important thing that I feel like I can do is to determine if this thing works for me or it doesn't. If it does work, I take it. If it doesn't work, I don't. But like, now we live in a time where everyone is standing behind the word fact. Like, this is what it is, and take it because it's a fact.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I feel like it's a little bit less than it was, man. I feel like man. Like, for me, when I take a look at political far left ideology, bro, it's like, I'm gonna listen to your stuff if you have something to back it up. But this is my issue with the far left at the moment, is that they don't have ideologies to back it up. If I think back to like my mom's day or in the days of apartheid, like, the far left political ideology was bringing facts to the table to say this is bullshit. But now, like, there's very little like facts to say. It's like, yeah, we feel this way. It's like, bro, you can't change a law because of the way that you feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's quite interesting though. But honestly, for me, like, for me, man, like, I feel like life is bigger than what we think it is. Like, there's so much more to life. Like, there's so much more to life, and, you know, like, just choose what makes you happy. You know,
100%, bro.
Like, just choose what makes you happy, what you understand, and just run with it. Like, there's so much happening. There's so many. so many rights, so many wrongs, so many ups, just like choose what makes you happy and take it for what it is. Like, and the thing is, for me, the one thing that I try not to do is make someone like convince. Like I'm really a person who tries to convince people to, like, no, the way you're doing it is, like, for example, here's an example. Michael chooses that every morning he wants to have sweets. He wants to chow sweets. I'm not a person who's gonna be like, Michael, don't chow. Like, I'll be like, yo, Michael, if you chow this thing every day, you probably get diabetes. Like it's out there, it's in the internet. And you're like, okay. But it's not gonna bother me that you're eating sweets every day. I'm not gonna be like, Michael, stop doing this. Because the moment you do that, you're consuming yourself with someone else's life.
Yeah.
They chose what makes them happy. Why is it that what makes you happy you have to project to everyone else?
I even take one step like further back than that. Or I try to, because I'm a passionate person and sometimes I just get riled up.
Yeah.
But like for me, like I try to see somebody's metacogs. I try to see what you're trying to do. So I'll be like, why are you eating sweets every morning? And like often people get offended by the question. Because the thing is, like, it's so close to like, shit.
Yeah.
Why am I eating it? I don't even know, bro. But like you've seen, like I learned so much, like when I was the head coach at UCT, about how to deal with people, and how to get people to do what you need them to do, or how to get people to work together in a team and stuff. And now that I'm like heading up VPD, I'm dealing with people who are way more qualified than I am.
Yeah.
One of my students is an investment banker. He knows like my financial plan, how to put in a financial plan a lot better than me.
Yeah.
My head programming guy used to be the head coach of Karate South Africa for the senior national team. And he's got like degrees coming out of his ears, bro. Movement science. He's got an MBA in business. He's got all kinds of stuff, man. Like, and just then there's me, who's basically got a matric level education. I'm studying 2 degrees at the moment, but I've got a matric level education at the end of the day, and I haven't done karate for that long compared to these guys. So like, how am I like now coordinating all of these people with such heavy resources? So like I always ask, I'm like, what is your reason for doing that? So that I can follow your metacogs. And it's like, I like the way that you dealt with this. Maybe I don't agree with the conclusion. So now I know, like, when there's a task that requires that type of approach, then it's like, okay, I put this person forward. I mean, you know me from the days when I was in meetings. You used to be the financial guy for UCT.
And like what you're mentioning is very important. Like, I'm just thinking about it now. I'm breaking it down. Like, asking someone a simple question as like, why are you doing it the way that you are? Not necessarily say, why are you doing this? But like actually tell me why you're doing it. I'm not gonna say it's wrong. I'm not gonna say it's right, but I'm just curious, like, why are you doing it? Because then you get like another perspective. For me, if someone is running, they're being chased. And the moment I see you running, I'm like, yo, bro, like, why are you running? You're like, nah, I'm just exercising. I'm like, oh. There's another way of actually doing this. So I think you actually learn a lot more from like using that kind of like approach, and especially if you're going to be working with people, different characters. Like when you were coaching at UCT, there was different level athletes, bro. Like people that have been doing it for years, people that are just starting now, people that want to compete, people just want to do it for fun, So if you're gonna come in with your whole, man, I've been doing this, I know this is the way to go. Why are you doing it? Do it the way that I'm telling you. You'll never really get through to the person,
never, bro.
And they might not even listen to you at the end of the day. So I think just having, also as humans, I feel like humans are very similar if you think about it. You're like, if it's like, oh man, this person is listening to me. Oh, he asked me why I'm doing it. He didn't just say do it like so. He asked me, okay, I'll listen to what he has to say. That's a big thing. Like the fact that you were like, I'm curious. I'm just interested to hear like, oh, okay. So this is how you
teach
me. Teach me so that I can also teach you. I was watching this movie, crazy, and this kid like who's going to therapy every Wednesday. Forgot what it's called. I think something Wednesday. He goes to therapy every Wednesday, whatever. And then he meets this other guy who's like much older. This kid's like 9, 10. This guy's like in his 20s, late 20s, 30s. And they're talking, they have a conversation, they click, And this guy's like, yo, man, you're very young. Why are you going to therapy? And then this kid is like, nah, my parents asked me to go. And it's like, yeah, but why are you going? Why are they asking to go? Like, I don't know. They say I'm quiet. And this guy's like, nah, bro, you've been talking the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like the reason they don't know that I can talk like this, I can have a decent conversation, is because
Yeah.
they don't talk to me. They
Yeah.
talk at me.
Yeah.
And that makes a big difference, because then there's a lot of misunderstanding in, I'm not listening to what you're saying. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking at you. Michael, this is how things should
the
be.
best way to shut out an intelligent person is to talk at them,
Bruh.
man. Because he knows, like, it's like, my way is a little bit better. I hear what you're saying, but my way is a
Yeah.
little bit better, so I'm not
Yeah.
going to say shit.
Exactly.
You know?
And you'll never know what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You know, like even in platforms where like social, there's like all the social issues like happening now are being had. There's so much emotions going on. Like there's no platform for any wrong answer, you know. And I'll say wrong answer. Like what's this thing? Inverted commas, you know.
Yeah.
Wrong answer.
For me, man, like, I think I've redefined my understanding of wrong. It's like, if an answer doesn't have backing to it, like you just decided something because you feel this way and you've seen three people do it. It's like your opinion is not worth putting out there, even though you have the platform. Even though you have the platform, it's like what's going on, man? Like, and this is part of the thing that irritates me about social media is like, what are your credentials for like putting your information out there?
Do anything for clout.
Yeah, bro. I was teaching one of my students the other day. I was doing like a fitness and conditioning class for kata, right? And I was like, I could see by the way that this person was moving, I was like, you probably follow Instagram workouts, right? And she was like, yep.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, you know those girls don't even menstruate. They're taking so many drugs and stuff that their testosterone level is so high that they pack on muscle from doing absolutely nothing. They take insulin injections so they can eat what the hell they want. They post one meal a week where they have a fruit bowl, and then right after that they have 5 donuts, bro. It's all rubbish. Natty, never natty, bro.
Yeah, it goes back to that whole thing about like what people see and the reality.
Yeah,
What
exactly.
people see on social media is just what I want you to see.
Exactly, man. So are you training at the moment? Are you doing any sports? Are you doing any exercise? Are you doing any karate?
Nah, bro. Quite funny story actually. Just before, because I had gym membership in Cape Town, and then I went back home, and then I moved to Joburg. So Jan and Feb, I was just like trying to find my feet, finances, as well, my routine. So I signed up for gym membership on like
Virgin.
No. There's a gym close by, because Virgin is quite far. So it's like a Viva gym. It's quite close to me. It was convenient. It was cheaper. So I signed up on like I think second week of March. Cause like yo,
My word,
bro, I signed up second week of March. No. It was first week of March, beginning of March. I went there for 2 weeks straight. 2 weeks straight. I think I took 2 rest days. 2 weeks straight, Michael. After work, I go to gym, go home. You know, I had my routine was solid, and they announced COVID. I was like, nah. Tell me they're not gonna close gym. They're like, we holding like whatever visits, and then lockdown was announced.
But you're not having to pay, eh?
I don't have to pay now. So they froze their accounts. But the problem is, Mike, I don't know where I'm going to be next year. You know, so my biggest.
It depends where you get employment.
But the thing is now, Viva is not like they have quite a few gyms, but it's not as popular as like the Virgin Actives. So I don't know if I'll have Viva where I'll be going. And now they've frozen the account for March, April, May, June, July. It's been 4 months, probably longer. So now my contract extends more. So yeah, but I'm not gymming. Tried running. But that's hard. But I'm gonna try again. I'm starting again Sunday.
Yeah, man.
Jogging, but training now.
Yeah, I hear you,
It's
man.
bad though. It's bad.
Yeah, man.
I'm not proud.
I've been saying, man, like you should try out our program,
yeah.
man. Like just hit the level 1, man. Like our level 1 program is just like fitness and stretching. You don't really have to do like even my mom and my dad are on, bro. Like they've never. Well, my mom's never done karate. My dad did a little bit. Like here and there, but it's good for fitness and stuff. But basically what I've been doing for fitness at the moment is I've just got like a couple of kettlebells, I've got a resistance band, and then I run and stuff, man. And you can do some decent work with just that amount of equipment, man.
I actually do have some resistance bands, but I think
You have to, bro. You're a physio.
Yeah, but I think my thing also was like I was, because the kind of person that I am, like I needed to go to gym for the weights. Like I was like a weight trainer.
Yeah.
And cardio was a weakness. Like karate. Let me tell you, Michael, karate pushed me. Like before karate, I was like, dude, cardio. And then when I was doing karate, I was forced. Like, like I would do things that I never thought I would. And at the time, I think I took it for granted. Like running a 5K wasn't like much of a hassle. I'd run, I'd be like, okay, but then I'm done. So this year, I had this challenge with my colleagues, and like we had a bet. It was like, who's gonna win, whatever. Best time 5Ks. They like run. So like I trained. So it was like on Friday. The deadline was like on Friday. So like on Wednesday, I was like, let me go for 5K to try it out. Bro, I only ran for 0.87 kilometers.
Dude.
I was dead.
Dude.
Dead. I couldn't.
Hectic,
I couldn't.
bro.
So it was bad. But then I tried again the following day. I was like, yo, damn. So when I was doing karate, my cardio was actually out there. I mean, it wasn't the greatest, but it was good. So I think I need to go back to training, man. Like just some cardio stuff, running, jogging, some basic fitness.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, man. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, Faiz actually recently signed up to our program as well on tier 1, man. On tier 1.
I haven't spoken to Faiz in a minute, eh?
Yeah, man. He's working in Cape Town at the moment.
Is it?
Yeah. Doing ComServe.
Was it last year?
No, sorry, you're right.
Yeah,
he was ComServe last year, but he was ComServe in Cape Town as well, so he's still working in Cape Town.
That's dope.
No, he was ComServe in Eastern
Cape.
In Eastern Cape.
So he probably got employment in Cape Town, which is dope.
It is dope, man. I'm happy for him, man. Like I just hope he's got like a solid job. That guy has a lot of potential and stuff, man. Crazy, man.
Shout out to Faiz. Faiz is solid, man. Like his drive, he's like when he's committed to something, he goes for it.
Exactly, man.
So definitely. I'm glad he's actually signed up. I was wondering like what he's doing karate wise and stuff in his fitness.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like this is part of the reason why like I started out my thing with VPD is because like there's so many people that are committed athletes. They have good drive, they have whatever, and they just don't have a home to play in right now, man. Like they don't want to go through that like political strife. They don't want to go through like this is the levels of this crap, and then I know that like every Thursday that guy teaches and he doesn't know what he's doing and whatever, because these people are pretty high functioning people.
True. So you said he's part of Taiwan. Which one is Taiwan?
Taiwan?
The program.
Oh, tier 1.
Tier 1, yeah.
Tier 1. So basically, like we have 4 tiers, right? So tier 1 is basically we have a kata, conditioning and skills class, and then a kata conditioning and skills class.
Okay.
It's basically just fitness orientated around kata and kumite, but it works for everybody. And then we have 2 mobility sessions, which is just like stretching and yoga and that type of stuff per week. And then if you upgrade so that costs 100 Rand a month. For 4 classes a week, bro, you're not going to find a better rate. And then like you have tier 2, which is 200 Rand a month, and you add in your core classes. So you get 1 general class of Goju, 1 general class of Shotokan, 1 general class of Shitoryu. And then you have tier 3, which is 350 Rand a month. Then on top of all of that, you get 1 kata strategy class. You have a kumite movement orientated class. That's it. And then tier 4, you get advanced Shotokan and Goju classes, and then you have kumite strategy and kata masterclass for tier 4, which is 500 Rand a month.
Like you have different like instructors for like the different types.
Yeah, we got different instructors for the different stuff. So the instructors that we have on the program at the moment is myself, Sensei Jody. I think you know Sensei Jody. Yeah. I
think anyone who knows you knows Sensei Jody.
Yeah, it's true, man. Like we've tied up, man. Adib.
Yeah.
Adib is one of our fitness instructors, but our schedule's going to change next week, so all of that stuff changes. Tamsin Rowe, do you know Tamsin Rowe? She used to be national team for under 55 kilograms.
Okay.
And then we've got another guy who used to be in the national team for over 84. He's a guy named Hendrik Fourie. He's an instructor out of Free State.
So under 85?
Under 84. We used to have Troy, but Troy's not working with us anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
Sounds dope, man. Sounds solid.
Yeah, man, it's super
Yeah.
dope, and like the level of our students is super high, man.
Yeah.
It's super high.
I really do think like when it comes to karate, man, I think what is important about like also when I was at UCT karate is just like having a home, man, you know.
Yeah.
Like just knowing that okay, I belong to this, you know, and whatever. And it was quite crazy when I was at UCT because I got there and it was already established. I'll say established because everyone that was competing had like a dojo. You guys knew each other. Everyone was like, yo, this person, that person. Do you know that person? I'm like, yo, dang, I don't know, man. This looks like a family, you know.
The network is dense.
Yeah, it was quite crazy. But like I think it was great that I knew like I got comfortable and I actually built like relationships like with the guys that I was training with, you know, like really good relationships, and I didn't feel like I was out of place, you know. Even though everyone was performing like it was like, yo, these guys have been competing for years and it's my first time, you know. But it was actually quite dope, and I think it's just the importance of having like a home, like just knowing I belong to.
Yeah,
this,
exactly,
you know.
man.
So it's quite it's quite dope, man. It's quite dope. Damn, karate, 2 years.
Yeah, man. You've had a hiatus, man.
Yeah, and I can feel it. The other day at work, they challenged me to kick a bottle like on top of this girl's head.
Yes.
I panicked. I did it, but it was hard. I was like, when last did I kick?
No, but I knew you always had
Easy,
like a
bro.
problem with kicks, bro. Like you always said, like because for me, like when I teach, I always put kicks in there. And then you were like, bro, I'm never landing Urumawashi. And then you go fight at Western Cape and you land Urumawashi twice. Tack. I was like, yes.
I think it's that whole adrenaline thing, bro. You have had problems with kicks, but when the adrenaline kicks in, it's like,
man.
you know, but it shouldn't be like that, man. Like, should be like, give it to me, come on, go down, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Now I think I was actually planning to go back to karate this year. I think my mom was asking me out of nowhere.
Where were you planning on training?
I hadn't found a dojo. I thought about it like because I started a gym and I was like I actually wanted to look for dojos. I didn't like to see how they work and whatever the costing and stuff. My mom asked me like after I looked, she's like, "Hey, are you ever going back to karate?" I was like, "Strange," but
yeah. You're looking for a Shotokan dojo, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to change styles. You want to stay.
Yeah, but crazy. I actually want to go back to white belt.
Okay.
Yeah, like start afresh, you know. So if I were to like start, like I would actually start a new style. So like Goju, obviously I'd probably go for Goju. Start white Goju all the way up, you know.
Yeah, you can do that.
Because I mean, I've done Shotokan.
There's a good Goju instructor in Four Ways. Since Steph Biagioni.
I think I'll look him up.
Yeah, he's quite famous. He's pretty well connected in the national scheme of things. Yeah.
But you know, this might sound weird, but I don't think I want to like focus a lot on that for now. You know.
Yeah.
Like competitions and.
Well,
whatever.
I mean, it's a good place to train irrespective.
Yeah.
It's a good place to train irrespective, but like, it's just good to know that people are connected. That if you want to take that step, you don't have to change over. Because a lot of people like they have super traditional senseis, and then like when they decide, okay, I'm ready to go ahead and do competition, they're like, you're gonna have to go somewhere else, bro. And then then that's that thing again of you explaining like, I've established a home. And whatever. Now I have to leave that home because I want to compete and whatever. So you have to be really motivated to try and compete. You know what I'm saying?
No, it is. But I want to compete. I just feel like I need to.
You need time.
Yeah, I need to start properly, like foundation. Because you guys, like people at UC Karate was like high performing athletes. I was like, okay. I mean, I'll say high performing in the sense that like national teams. I've been to like you had UFAC. Jody was also like doing international things, and he spoke about it in his episode.
Jody is training hard, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Jody is training hard, bro. Like you must see him now during lockdown. Jody is training so hard, bro. He's ripped.
Yeah.
He's gained weight. He's gained muscle, and he's moving like a champ, bro. Like he's so much more dense in what he's doing right now.
He's always like crazy quads, though.
No, but like it's on a different level now. Even it's on a different level now, even, bro.
Now I respect Jody. I respect Jody. Like he moves, man. Like he's light. He's light. His speed, his accuracy. I remember like was it last year USA? I think he was fighting this oak, and then something happened, and he's like, "Yo, I saw it happen, all of it," and I was like. Bro, I blinked and something happened. What do you mean you saw all of it? Like, yo, bro, I charged, I leaned back, and then I was like, yo, man, like, it's just, yeah, it's amazing, like, to see, like, someone performing at that level. And he's still young.
He's super young,
He's
bro.
still young, he's
Yeah,
still young.
I don't think he's under 21 anymore. I think he's out of 21. Like, he's officially 21 now.
Jody,
Yeah, he's 21 now.
he's not 19
No, I think he's a little bit older, man.
or 20. Nah, man, Michael. Are you sure?
I'm fairly certain.
Dang.
I'm fairly certain. I think it was his last year of fighting under 21, but he's ready to take on the senior category in any case. I like him at under 60. There was a time when I was thinking that he should change to under 67. But
That would be interesting.
it would be interesting. It would be interesting. That division is tough. Both of them are tough, under 60 and under 67. But the thing is, like, I was speaking to Sensei Jody used to be the head coach of South Africa. And he said, you know, typically the population of South Africa, males, are not big people. Like people who are native to South Africa. So he said our talent base should be hitting in that under 60, under 67 range. Once you go under 75, under 84, you're looking at Angola, Congo, Ghana, Nigeria, whatever. Like naturally those people are bigger, but genetically, like we have a bit of Khoisan, we have a bit of that type of stuff. So our talent base should be hitting in that under 60, under 67 range.
Which makes sense.
It makes so much sense, bro. It makes so much sense.
Like,
Western Cape, those guys who come like from Western Cape, bro, those lightweights are hectic.
Yeah, I remember I used to like watch like under 60, under 67 matches, and I'm like, yo, like the speed, there's
Exactly,
like it's just interesting, man. And then like under 75 is good, but like under 67 is like, and under 60, and I think under 67 is probably the most difficult and most competitive. I would say
it's definitely the most dense at the moment.
Yeah.
I would be interested to see if a couple of those people transitioned over, because there's good competitors in under 67. They're super high level. Like Adib is really good. Dylan is really good. He's really good on the attack. Dylan Swano.
Was he under 21?
No, man, he was senior.
Shotokan?
No, he's from Zen, Karate Zen.
Why can't I place him? I think I confused him, but I think I know who we talk.
Yeah, man, he's really strong on the attack. He gives people problems, and then of course Aiden Jackson, man.
Yeah,
Aiden Jackson is good, man.
He's tall.
Yeah. He gives a lot of people problems. He gives a lot of people problems. Now, so that, and then you have William Ash. You don't know William Ash, hey? No. William Ash is a guy here from Gauteng.
No. Yeah.
Dude, that guy's a sharp fighter as well, man.
Under 67.
Yeah, under 67. All three of those people. So now if you put like Shukri Sedan or Jody Williams or into under 67, that thing is going to be hitting, man. Like we should have actually had like Olympic qualifiers here in South Africa.
Definitely.
So like where you have under 67 and under 60 together, and you have under 84 and over 84 together. I would have been very interested to see what happened in those categories, man.
But can I tell you, Michael, just like from an observer, someone once said to me, like, if I were to go to Egypt, like not Egypt specifically, but like another country, and just sit there for like a month, I'd probably be able to pick up things that people aren't able to pick up on, and like I was just like share from my experience, because I wasn't like in the system for like long enough. Like I was just there for like 2 years. And I think, man, like the one thing I didn't like the most was the politics,
bro.
And I mean, it's frustrating, bro. Like, and I think that's why I also like I was like I actually want to go back to like traditional karate, grade and stuff like that, because there's less politics. Like you performing, I know you're performing. I'm grading because I deserve to, not because, But the politics are crazy, man. Like, seeing the injustices in the matches, and the stresses that athletes have to go through before competition, like, and karate is a psychological thing as well. Like, you need to be like, so just seeing like all those small things contribute to like athletes' performances is like, man, really,
Yeah.
So
I think what it comes down to is people colliding for different reasons.
Yeah.
So like athletes are there to compete at the top level, and they want to grow. And it's a difficult thing to do. It's super difficult. And then what the motivation for politicians is to grow their influence. It's to try and get more competitions hosted by the host country, shit like that. So like we're at an odds with our motivation. What's the top of their priority list is not the top of our priority list at all. Like I don't care if other dojos decide to be members of KSA or not. Personally, all I want to do is go overseas and compete and beat the best people in the world.
And learn from it, like
exactly. And I want to have a fair shake as well. So you got to protect me when I go.
That's I think that's like I think it's a massive thing, and I think it's very important. I think maybe I don't know if it's like I said, I've only been in the system for like not long enough, but I think we underestimate the power of like putting the athlete's interest forward. Maybe we would have better performing athletes. Because probably
For me, without a doubt.
There's probably like excellent like athletes, but they never got the chance to because they're like, you know what, dude, let me just leave this thing because it's not worth it.
Dude, there were so many athletes that I know, like, because I've been in the senior national team for a long time now. Like there was a glimmer of hope, like in the 2014 and 2015 era, right, that we put together a strong national team, and the thing is, like, pieces of it fell away, and that unit was going places. Like there was a guy who won a bronze medal against an Egyptian in Congo from under 60s, a guy named Balungile. Bro, and just because of the way that the system interacted with him, he stopped, man. He stopped. And the thing is, like, even if Shukri was beating him now, like, I don't know if he would if both of them were at like the top of their game. But the point is, the result would have been a better fighter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who won.
Yeah. You see, like what you're mentioning now, like it wouldn't really matter who won. And I'm not saying like national, provincial, or whatever aren't important, but I think there's like a bigger picture.
Totally, man.
There's a bigger picture, and if the focus was literally the bigger picture, not necessarily like hosting the competition, but like we're trying to produce the best athletes. Fighting against, for example, like let's say under 75, like a Ryan, for me wouldn't necessarily be I need to beat Ryan, get a medal. It would just be a thing of, after the fight, I need to have been able to identify these things about myself and know what I have to work on. If I'm fighting Ryan now and I know the odds are in my favor and I win even though I don't deserve to win, I'm not learning anything.
Yeah.
So I can never really perform when it comes to like for example, let's say we in the Eastern Cape, I know I have a home ground advantage. I know the referees and stuff, and then I win because home ground.
Hardcore.
Provincial, national. I'm not gonna survive because I didn't learn what I had to learn, So maybe like if we looked at the bigger picture, like the world, that's a target. So South Africa is not necessarily like Gauteng is not competing with Western Cape. They're not competing. They just have to grow after the experience. Whoever wins, it's not about Gauteng won this year. Last year, we won 4 times. No, it's just about better athletes. After every competition, better athlete. That's how you can grow. So. And like it also opens room for me, like more athletes to come in. Like, I wanna grow. Yeah. I know there's like.
I also think that we should open to foreign nationals, man.
You're right.
I really think so. So because if I take a look at what other countries are doing, dude, like for instance, there's a guy named William Roll. He was fighting for France. He won the world championship in 2014, right? He fought for Cameroon, bro. 2 years later, there's a guy from Senegal who's fighting, I think it's over 84. He fought in the Spanish national championship. He got his Spanish passport from winning the national championship, not from like political stuff. He won the national championship. He got his Spanish passport, and he's been fighting for Spain ever since, and he's been winning medals at the European Championship. Bro, do you know how many like Senegalese and Nigerian people that we have in our country? With the level of coaches that we have, we can create crazy athletes.
Yeah, man.
Like you remember Alex, right? Alex was a guy who used to compete for UCT. He was from Tanzania.
Yes.
He was from Tanzania.
Alex, yes.
That guy was just a yellow belt and he was messing up people.
Bro, I remember Alex. I remember Alex. I remember him because he was fighting he was supposed to be under 75.
Yeah, I remember. You remember Donnie came by for one training session.
No,
And then-
I wasn't
and then-
there.
Okay,
Wasn't
okay.
there, yeah.
So Donnie is like one of the best
Nationals.
fighters that South Africa's like had, bro.
Mm.
He's up there because he came 9th at the World Championships under 21.
It's dope.
He's a heavyweight, dude.
Yeah.
He's a heavyweight. He sparred against Alex. Alex is like he trains 2 times a
Yeah.
week, whatever, man. Like, and he was struggling against Alex. Okay, Donnie wasn't in shape,
Yeah.
but it should never be a struggle.
Yeah. No, I remember Alex because when I got there, I didn't know what belt he was on. And then I think I had to, no, it wasn't me. I think he had to spar with someone. I was like, yo, this guy, he's chill, like his composure, his skill, like his kicks and stuff. And I remember asking, I don't know if I was asking you or Faiz, I was like, yo, dude, is this guy like been training, before? It's like,
Yeah.
nah, he does a lot of like running and so, and like flexibility and whatever. Like, yo, there's talent here. Like, it's just pure talent. Like, he just has it,
He just got it,
And
yeah.
you can see those things, but with him, his program, like, I'm not interested because I know I probably won't be like the representative for like South Africa under 75.
And then they stopped him like even competing at USA level.
Yeah.
He got so angry, bro. He
Yeah.
got so angry. I got so angry on his behalf as well.
So it's really like small things like that, like growth, man. If we have to compete against Cameroon or Egypt, why do we have to compete amongst ourselves? What are we actually building?
Yeah, once you start fighting in amongst yourselves and you go to another country for battle, you're gonna lose. That's what's gonna happen.
Those are basics. Those
Yeah.
should be basics.
Exactly. You're right. You're 100% right, man. Maybe you should get involved on a political level, bro. Maybe you should, because like as somebody who's outside the structure,
Yeah, true. Someone like, 'cause
you're able to objectively say like, okay, I'm not saying you need to give anybody trouble. I just need to say like, why aren't you guys thinking about this? You know?
And it's like, and then, like back to what I was saying. Like, I think if you've been part of the system for so long, like, I think your thinking becomes like okay, I need to do this. I need to get in. Like, it's really like a thing of it's karate, bro. At the end of the day, it's karate.
100%, man.
At the end of the day,
100%,
before the medals,
man.
before it's karate. So
You know what it is, man. Yeah. Listen, Doc, it's been dope talking to you, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Anytime, all the time.
Yeah,
every
man.
time.
It's been good to see you again as well, man.
It's been a minute, bro. Hopefully, we get to do this another time.
Yeah, man. We
With
must.
the camera,
Yeah, man. We need to.
proud,
I need to fix the SD card and stuff. But for this time, it's just audio. But you know what?
It was great. It was great.
Yeah.
Thank
Cool,
you so
man.
much, man, for
Thanks
having
so much,
me.
man.
Thank you.
Cool.